Hi, I'm Parneet Jaggi, and in this lecture, the sixth lecture in the series of lectures on T.S.Eliot's The Wasteland, we are going to be looking into the fourth section of the poem, Death by Water. Now in this section, Death by Water, Eliot highlights the significance of water as a means of purification as well as rebirth. Now there are two associations, one is from Shakespeare's Tempest and the other is from the ancient Egyptian myth of the god of fertility. And the character in this section, the Phlebas, the death of Phlebas, he's a Greek sailor, is an example of those people who devote themselves completely to worldly pursuits, and their power, their youth, their vitality is ultimately consumed by death. So basically, Death of Water deals with the ideas of renewal and regeneration. Phlebas, who's a character here, he just dies and his body yields nothing more than products of decay. Now its ironic layering is twofold. Firstly, this section fulfills one of the prophecies of Madame Sosostris in the poem's first section, where she displays a card, "Fear death by water," she says, after pulling the card of the drowned sailor. Secondly, this section in the language and form mimics other literary forms like parables, biblical stories that are normally rich in meaning. Though in reality, the only lesson that Phlebas offers is that the physical reality of death and decay triumphs over all other realities, and Phlebas, the sailor, is not resurrected. So let's look at this shortest section of the poem Wasteland. Phlebas the Phoenician, a fortnight dead, forgot the cry of gulls and the deep sea swell and the profit and loss. A current under sea picked his bones in whispers. As he rose and fell, he passed the stages of his age and youth, entering the whirlpool. Gentile or Jew, O you who turn the wheel and look to windward, consider Phlebas, who was once handsome and tall as you. So, Phlebas, the Phoenician sailor, he died a fortnight. Fortnight means 2 weeks back. And he forgot the cry of seagulls, the birds of the sea, and also the tide of the deep sea, when the deep sea was swelling and rising, and also his profits and losses and all his accounts of his trades. So now when he is no more, all this is gone with him also. The current of the sea under the sea. So the undercurrent of the sea picked his bones in whispers, silently took him down. As he rose and fell among the waves, he passed the stages of his age and youth. So now here, he passed the stages of age and youth till he was swallowed by a whirlpool of water of death. So he says, you cannot help it. Whatever you were carrying along, the whirlpool has engulfed the entire you. Whether you are Gentile or Jew, non-Jew or Jew, whether you are whatever, you belong to whatever religion or race or place or region, or you who turn the wheel and look to windward. So who turn the wheel and look for the wind on your voyage, remember, when you look and you feel confident that, look, I am going towards the side of the direction of the wind, look at Phlebas. He was also doing it, and he was an intelligent worldly merchant. Consider Phlebas, who was once handsome and tall as you. So that means what has happened to him can happen with anybody. And he has died without any hope of rebirth or resurrection. Now here the important thing is that water is a symbol of purification and rebirth. But here in this section, water has become a source of death. Why? Because a man leads a life of senses and in pursuit of wealth completely. He has no idea, he has no desire for purgation or regeneration. So this is how Eliot has taken the symbol of water to explain that any trader, howsoever intelligent he may be, but he might face this kind of a death with no scope of resurrection. So this was a very, very brief analysis of the shortest section of our text, The Wasteland, Death by Water. We will continue with the last and the final section of this poem in the next lecture. Thank you for now.